Hello everybody, this video is going to walk you through an annotated bibliography. If you have not watched the research prompt requirements yet, do that first so you understand what you're looking for in the annotated bibliography. I'll talk about it briefly, but the research video goes into it more. So annotated bibliography, let's click on here. So an annotated bibliography is when you do a collection of research and then you summarize it and you put it in alphabetical order like you're doing a works cited page. This way it helps you get your ideas flowing, and then once you're writing the paper you already have the research there. You don't have to refer to anything else. So before I jump into a sample of it, the requirements are you're going to need 10 resources for your AB, your annotated bibliography. And of these 10, 8 of them will be used in your argumentative research essay, your R. So you're going to look up 10 resources, and of those 10, at least 8 of those have to be used in the research essay. Now, if you use a resource that's not part of the 10, we're going to have to talk because you need to have full text. I'll show you that in a minute. But if you look up a resource on a database, make sure you're clicking full text because you want to have the whole copy of it. Because if I email you after I read your paper and I'll say, you cited this article, please highlight it and send me a picture of the actual page where it came from. So make sure that you're doing full text, and this will make more sense when you watch the database, how to use the databases. But anyway, right now, 10 are required. Of those 10, 8 will have to be used in the actual R itself. And when you go over the databases, I recommend you use ProQuest and then Opposing Viewpoint Scale. These are two different databases. And these are the two that I use. And I have a link directly to it in the database video that's below here, and I'll show that to you in a minute. So in your format of your AB, you're going to cite, and you're going to summarize the article, and then you're going to evaluate it. How are you going to use it in your essay? So, and this is going to be due Friday, November 8th, and this has to be turned in on time. If not, you'll get a 0, but you'll still have to turn it in or I won't grade the R overall. So if it's not turned, excuse me one second, my dogs. Sorry about that. So if you do not hand it in, you're going to get a 0. If it's late, you're going to get a 0, but you still have to hand it in or I will not grade the R. And if you're in a group, everyone in your group will get the 0. So make sure this is done and it's handed in on Friday, November 8th. That gives you 5 days to look up 10 resources. So let's go and actually look at an example of an annotated bibliography. So if you come down here, this is what is an annotated bibliography. It goes into depth, but I would just jump right here to the sample of the annotated bibliography. And then here's the database. This is how you will locate resources for it. There's a video in there. And, I'm sorry. This will tell you what databases are. This is the database video that I made for you. And this shows you how to use ProQuest, and it'll show you how to use opposing views. Those are the two I use, and it'll show you how to narrow down your search to get like full text articles, because you don't want to do a search on wife abuse and get 100 articles without knowing that they're full text, because you want to have the full text article so you have the whole article in front of you. A lot of them will not be full text. So if you click the full text button, you'll have them. That'll make more sense to you once you watch the database video. However, we're going to go back to the sample of the annotated bibliography, and this is what you and your groups, or if you work alone, should look like. I'm going to open it here. And I do state that you should make a copy of this so you have it handy there so you can follow along with it. So MLA heading, of course, your name, if you're the group, if you're the team leader, your name, and then everybody else is across here. My name, course number, date. This is a normal MLA heading. Then blue, topic and working thesis. This has to be here. Topic. Okay, now look, it's not about lighting safety tips. If you watch the R prompt, you should know that you're going to choose between Joyce, Pelon, and Paul. So you're going to choose between wife abuse, drug abuse, or escaping a gang. So this is just an example. Guys, trust me, in the past I have students who submit me stuff about lightning. No, do the work, watch the videos, that's what they're there for. So this is this, and then your annotated bibliography and example will start here. So you're gonna write annotated bibliography, and then you're gonna put it like you would, last name, first name, whatever. Okay, and this is the C for cite, and then S is to summarize. Summarize it here briefly. What is the article about? Okay. And then here is the E, evaluate the source. How are you going to use it in your essay? Is it current? Is it, is it valid? You know what I mean? So, okay, let's take a look here. So it's CSE. C, you're going to cite it. S is to summarize. And then E is to evaluate it. And you're going to do that for all 10. And make sure you number them because it's easier for me to find. So I stopped at 6. But you need 10. Now, if you want to use one of the readings from the class, that's fine. Use it here. And you don't need to look it up. You can just use it from the modules where they were. Like if you want to use staples, obviously staples would be down here because S comes, in alphabetical order. So follow this. Again, follow the CSE, cite, summarize, evaluate. Follow this and you'll do well. And again, make sure you hand this in on time. If not, you will receive a 0 for it, but you still have to hand it in late because if I don't have this to refer to when I'm grading your R, I'm not going to grade the R. And again, you need 10, and of these 10, 8 you will use in your R in your essay. Okay, everybody, good luck. If you have any questions, let me know. And I just wanted to reiterate one more time that the databases, what are they? And the tutorial of how to use the databases are here. All right. Oh, and I also wanted to state that I hate to do this, but I think I forgot to. Let me just restate this for sure. I think I do state this somewhere else, but if you're going to use 10 of these sources, at least 5 of them should come from the databases. And then others can come from the class or from Google. However, I think the databases would work better because everything's right there and you know it's peer reviewed. You know that it's legitimate. So I'm going to type that in here. Right here, 5 of the sources must come from the database. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was clear. All right, everybody, good luck.